Right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray that you are super blessed. Guys, how's the audio? It looks like I'm getting some clipping up on here. Let me know how the audio is. Let's see. Here we go. Let's fix it. Right. All right. How's that? How's that? Is that fix the audio issue? Let me know in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my man, White Phoenix. What is going on, bro? What is going on, White Phoenix? Good to see you here, man. Shout out to It's Your World. Shout out to Buck Cavors. What is going on? Shout out to T1 Johnny. Says it sounds like a webcam mic. Yeah, it was going through my... Okay, the audio's worse now. Alright, let me fix it. Let me see if I can fix it. Sorry, guys. I've got I have a new setup here. I had to redo everything because, well, I had to basically get a new computer. Alright, audio is better to start. Alright. How's this, guys? Let me know in the chat, how is this doing right now? How's the audio now? Awesome, awesome. Alright. Shout out to Cozy Babe. Shout out to, what is a CDW? We're going to get into that, my friend. We are going to get into that CDW. Awesome, awesome. Sounds good. Well, God bless you all. In Jesus' name, even if you're not religious. Shout out to Divine Fusion. Shout out to Steven Favela. Shout out to Cozy Babe. Shout out to Vince120. Shout out to Bedreen. Shout out to Wakey Bakey. Shout out to White Phoenix in the chat. Once again, my man. Baja Crypto, what is going on? What is going on, guys? All right, hope you're ready, because this Bitcoin price action is spicier than a box of jalapenos. These are very spicy jalapenos. I don't know if you ever had one. If you ever been to Chipotle or a restaurant like that, very, very spicy. So guys, the Bitcoin price. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I am in a short trade. I am in multiple long trades, and I think the most important thing that we need to be paying attention to right now is what's happening locally here. What's happening locally right here, because as you can see, the Bitcoin price is coming right into a Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. In fact, if we zoom out a little bit here, let's go to the 30-minute. And we're going to go ahead and pull a fib from that high that we made back here to the low. And you can see that we are tapping right into the 618 Fibonacci level. Now, I know that a lot of you know, if you've been following the channel, all about the Fibonacci 618, okay? Her name is 6 Juanita, right? 6 Juanita. Now, 6 Juanita, you guys don't know, you're about to find out, okay? 6 Juanita is my high school crush. Here's a picture of her right here. Now, I had a huge crush on this girl. I didn't realize, okay, that I was in something called the friend zone. I thought she was into me because She would let me carry her books to class. She would laugh at my jokes. She would never sit next to me. I thought that was a little weird, but when I asked her out, you can see the rejection happened. She gave me the hand, she gave me the face, and your boy Jay Casper was just left there like heartbroken. I didn't even know a girl could reject you, right? This was like in middle school, right? And you can see what happened here. Oof! The purple candles bleeding out from the 618. Now here's something that we have to understand about 6 Juanita, our good friend. Our good friend, okay? She would have probably dated us, but because she was a cheerleader, she was too embarrassed to say yes in front of her other cheerleader friends. Now check this out, guys. Here's a picture of her other cheerleader friend. Now you might notice something about this woman. Her butt cheeks are quite uneven, all right? Her butt cheeks are quite uneven. This is actually called a bearish divergence. When the oscillator looks like a set of upside down uneven butt cheeks, this is called a bearish divergence. Now, if we go back to our Bybit chart here, I'm going to go ahead and clean up all this stuff because it's making the chart quite sloppy, right? Let's turn all this stuff off here. But I want to highlight what's happening on the chart right now because it actually is quite important, okay? It is quite important. If we see that we are coming into Fibonacci golden pocket, which we are, let's take a look at market cipher B. Do we see anything that resembles the physical anatomy of this woman right here? Let's see. Well, we can see we made our first high, then made a higher high, and oof, look at this, one cheek, two cheek, bam, coming to the downside. In addition, guys, we are seeing the money flow coming out, okay? When you see the money flow getting lower and you see the price getting higher, as we're coming to the 6 Juanita, understanding that we're in the friend zone, understanding, okay, that you don't have a chance with this woman, right? Look at her. She's way out of my league. Look at those teeth. Look at my teeth. You think she's going to date a man like your boy Jay Casper? Absolutely not, okay? And so we are seeing this pattern right now. And as we are watching this pattern, we are also seeing that the price is coming back down inside of this value area, this volume profile, okay? What does this mean? The market is always trying to establish equilibrium for any asset you trade, whether you're trading stocks, Forex, whether you're trading the ICT smart money concepts, baby. Shout out to ICT, right? Look, whatever you're trading, when the market establishes a fair value zone, typically the price will come to the top of that fair value zone and then come back down in. Then we'll come to the bottom of the fair value zone and then come back down in. So when you see that we come to the top of a fair value zone, we come into resistance, we're printing the uneven butt cheek pattern on market cipher B. That means it's actually a pretty high probability that we get another move to the downside. Now, in addition to that, we are printing right now on the chart a rising wedge pattern. This is objectively speaking a bearish pattern. And basically what happens is the price is making higher highs and it's making higher lows. So it's technically in an uptrend, but every time we make a higher high, we like run out of steam. And we can see that we actually do have a target for this rising wedge pattern down here, back to the value area low of the range, okay? So it's actually more probable than not right now that we see another little bit of a move to the downside, because when you see something like this also, a rising wedge pattern, you also have to think to yourself, everybody who's longing this is putting their stop losses under these lows, right? So we know that there's stop losses under this low that we made on Friday. We know that there's stop losses under all of these lows that we made basically from Tuesday all the way till Thursday. And so what that means is we could get a long squeeze, right? The opposite of a short squeeze. A big move down. And look at where the target is. Not only is it coming down to the bottom of the fair value zone, where Bitcoin will be considered oversold, right? We'll be getting it at a discount down here. But if we go ahead and pull the Fibonacci golden pocket from the low to the high, right? Would you look at this? Confluence. That's called confluence, all right? When you have two things coming together, confluence, intersectionality. Intersectionality. Shout out to all my fat, white, ambiguously gendered college students majoring in trans, non-carbon binary emission studies. I know how much you guys love intersectionality. That's exactly what we have down here. All right, look at all the things coming together. Now, in addition to the golden pocket and the 786 fib, right? Bitcoin's considered oversold. Look at this. If we just draw a box here, we get rid of everything else on the chart. We don't even have to overcomplicate things here, right? Let's get rid of everything else on this chart. Boom. Look at this box. It's literally been support once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So we've got a nice confluence, we've got a nice intersectionality, we've got a targetable wedge. So locally right now, guys, I would say that this area is of interest to me because we will flush out a lot of the longs, lots of liquidity to be grabbed here, right? Liquidity, smart money, ICT, all the cool buzzwords on YouTube that get lots of views. Shout out to the YouTube algorithms trying to rank my video high for using those cool words that everyone searches for now. And we've got it down here, right? We've got it down here. And I'd definitely be interested in looking for a long trade down there, especially since when I look at this entire structure here, okay? And so that's why I'm in the short trade, right? We shorted 6 Juanita, already hit a TP1 here, looking for lower. Next TP will probably be when we take these lows, and then final TP for me, it's gonna be down when we come to the 6 Juanita. Now here's the thing about 6 Juanita, okay? Yes, we're in the friend zone. Yes, she rejected us. Yes, we're in a short trade. Yes, all those things are true, but we have to understand too about 6 Juanita is because we're in the friend zone, she will be there to give us support when our heart is broken. Yes, she will break your heart. But because you're in the friend zone, because you let her copy from your tests so she can pass and go to college, she will be there for support. When you cry to her, oh, 6 Juanita, I've never had a girlfriend in my life. I'm an incel, you know, red pill, all this kind of incel stuff, right? She'll be there. Don't worry, Jason. You'll eventually find love. You'll eventually get a girlfriend, and she'll lift your spirits, okay? She'll lift your spirits. Now, here's the thing about 6 Juanita as well. We know about her friend, right? We know why she won't date us, because she's too embarrassed to say yes in front of her popular friend. Well, there's another man in this love story. Another man in this love story. Now, when Bitcoin came down to make this low, right? We have to understand that this low is not just any low. It's the low, guys. Look at this. Long from right here, set up given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from the exact level of 24,925. That was a very key level, okay? Why did we long that level? It's because we wanted to see 4 specific things at support. We want to see bullish divergences in all these time frames. Now, when we come down to this exact level, I want you to notice what we see on the chart on our good friend Market Cipher B. As the price comes down to the exact level, right? The exact level, right? Setup given in advance, right? Exact level. We are seeing on Market Cipher B the money flow getting higher, and we're seeing the momentum waves getting higher on the 4-hour time frame. Now, I said there was another man in this love story because this is known as the Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man boob pattern. Let's see. I don't have a picture of Sam Bankman-Fried. Well, hang on. We're going to have to fix that, guys. We're going to have to fix that. Bear with me one second. Bear with me one second. This is known as the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern. Here we go, okay? The money flow is getting higher, and the momentum waves are getting higher as the price is getting lower to key support, just like Sam Bankman-Fried's breasts. Now, here's the thing. 6 Juanita, think about this. If her best girlfriend has uneven butt cheeks, wouldn't it make sense that the love of her life would also have uneven man boobs? Of course it would. Of course it would. Now, when you see this pattern here, it becomes very probable that a significant bottom has been put in. Or it becomes very, very probable that a significant bottom has been put in when you see 6 Juanita's true love at support, okay? Which is why we're in the long trade here. Do you guys see how if you understand how the inner workings of these relationships with the popular kids work, you can short and long here? See, that's how it works. You got to understand the inner workings, the inner circle traders, right? the smart money. That's what you got to understand, okay? Now, when you see SBF at support, it means it's very probable that when we come back down to 618, we will actually put in a higher low and continue in an uptrend, okay? Continue in an uptrend. So this is a microcosm of a higher term time frame market, all right? Let me explain. Let me explain what I mean. We understand now the lower term time frame context. Let's zoom out to understand the higher term time frame context. We go to the weekly time frame, okay? Something very important is happening here. We have been in an uptrend since December 2022. We got ourselves a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. All right. Now, when we put in this final higher high, we came up to a very, very important support resistance flip, which is basically around that 31K level, right? Which is why we gave the short trade in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from 31,756, which is the short trade I'm in right over here from 31,756, right? I'm sorry, 31,746. Did I really take it from the exact? No, okay. I'm $10 too low on that entry. I guess I should work on it. But here's the thing, okay? We have to understand that we have now changed market structure from this high. Now, when we put in this high, we saw something very significant that shows a major trend reversal. First of all, notice the candles here, okay? When we came in to make this higher high, we never actually closed the weekly candle above that level. Instead, the price wicked up and then real quick wicked back down, all right? We see the price stick its beak through the level, real quick, drink it back down. This is known as the chicken's drinking water pattern, because if you've ever seen a chicken drink water, you know, look at how the chicken drinks, okay? She takes her beak and she takes it, watch, boom, into the water. You might think this is the big breakout. This is the moment over on Bybit that we all hit long together, okay? This might be that moment. And by the way, shout out to the sponsor of this video, Carl from the Moon. Guys, me and Carl from the Moon have a video coming out. Jason and Carl go to White Castle. It's a movie about the time me and Carl drove to White Castle in his Maserati. Let's see if we can't see, let's see if we can't get a preview up in here.
Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal.
Now, as I was saying, you might think that we're going to get the big breakout, everyone enter long over on Bybit. But here's the thing, look, chicken pulls her beak out, right? Now, in combination, this is called a chicken's drinking water pattern, a bearish sign. It's called a swing failure pattern because the price failed to make a new swing high, right? But in addition to the chicken's drinking water, if we look at market cipher B, you can actually see, unlike the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried pattern, we actually have the dreaded bald-headed Gary Gensler market cipher B pattern. Whereas the price is getting higher, Gary Gensler, is it a security? Is it not? I don't know. What is a security? And also the smile getting more photoshopped, which is clearly bearish. And then once we get the dreaded bald-headed and the chickens drinking water, we see that we've officially now flipped market structure. Because as we were in a bull trend, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, boom, we made our first lower low, breaking support, okay? So what does this mean? This to me means that we've officially now entered a macro downtrend, which means even though I'm long from this key level, which we can clearly see is a key level, if we draw a line here, we can see it's a support resistance flip, right? We could see this level acting as resistance, resistance, flip into support, support again. But we can expect now a lower high to be put in because officially now we have changed weekly market structure to bearish. So I'm still long because I'm expecting more of a retracement to come in here. And if we take a look, this is the weekly. Remember, we've already established how 620 likes to mess with your heart on the lower time frames. Well, the same thing's true on the higher time frames, right? If we take a look at 620, and if we take a look also at all the volume that's traded here in this little range, we can see, once again, nice intersectionality right in this zone, right around that $29,000 to $30,000 level, which basically, if we extrapolate into the future, we could expect something like this to happen, right? Where we see a continuation downside, we continue with the downtrend, and this will cause my grand master plan to play out. Now, this is the grand master plan, all right? If we go to the week, let's go to the weekly time frame. All right. This is basically my grandmaster plan. All right. Short from the high, long the retrace. As you can see, I've got to take profit set at $29,000, right around the 6 Juanita. And once we get to the 6 Juanita, I'm looking for another lower low to be put in. And this is my overall trading plan right now for Bitcoin. Okay. Now, is it guaranteed to happen? That's the thing. Is this guaranteed to happen? Of course it's not, guys. Of course it's not guaranteed to happen. That's the thing. People ask me all the time, Jason, is price going to pump? Is it going to dump? The truth is, guys, it depends. All right. We can't know what price is going to do, but we can have clear levels of support and resistance, and we can know what we want to see at those levels so that when price comes to the level we want to short, we're ready to take a short. When it comes to the level we want to long, we know what we're looking for. We're ready to take the long. So this is right now how my general bias is of the Bitcoin market. How low are we going to go? Obviously, we can't say for certain. But here's the one thing we can say for certain. The halving is not yet. And patterns repeat. And whenever the bear market bottoms out, we get a relief rally. And after that relief rally comes in, then Bitcoin gets another move to the downside, and it typically stays within the range that it formed during the bear market, okay? And if we take all the volume that traded here, bam, well, we can see that if we come down to the low of the range where Bitcoin will be considered now oversold, undervalued, we can target around that $18.4 thousand level, at least, right? So the Grandmaster plan makes people angry. They're like, Jason, I thought you were bullish on Bitcoin. I am. We gotta compartmentalize our trading biases based on, are we scalping? Are we day trading? Are we swing trading? Are we position trading? Are we hodling for the next bull market? Right? So for me, I'm leaning more swing short. I'm leaning more day trade-ish long. Scalps, you could do whatever you want. But in general, when it comes to my hodl portfolio for the next bull market, my hodl portfolio it's a little bit smaller today than it was last live stream, guys. But that's okay. All right, you live and you learn. But as far as my auto portfolio goes, right? If we get this big dump, I'm going to be looking to buy on spot, right? I'm going to be looking to buy on spot. I've got the inverse perpetual trades open. I'm making Bitcoin along the way down. I'm making Bitcoin along the way up. I look at this as stack your crypto time before the next bull market. All right. So shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out to everybody who shorted the 6 Juanita. We're going to get into some other markets as well here, guys. See, wow. 500 people in the chat, man. God bless you guys. Y'all are awesome. May God bless you all. Seriously. May God bless you all. Let's see who we got in here. Make sure to smash the likes, guys. If we can get 500, if we get 1,000 likes, I'll give away $500. I usually give away $1,000, guys, but as many of you know, I took a huge hit on Friday. I lost 700 grand, $700,000. And so I'm taking a little easy on the giveaways until I can build back up some capital here to give away. We'll get the giveaways back, all right? We'll get the giveaways back. Don't worry, guys. Do I use toothpaste, Jason Castro? Kind of, not the kind you probably use. I'm gonna walk my way to $1 Brazilian. Yeah, but you gotta hit the like button first, guys. Shout out to White Phoenix in the house. Shout out to Gamil John Segun in the house. Shout out to Cozy Babe. Cozy Babe, thank you so much for everything you've been doing for me during the past few days, helping me out and stuff. Shout out to Miguel. Yeah, it sucks, man. Use a ledger. I know, an expensive lesson, guys. I learned an expensive lesson. I got hacked. I was stacking all my gains, basically all my gains I've been making since like FTX went down, basically, on a hot wallet, and my device was compromised. All right, must have clicked a link or something, that I don't remember. Hackers are sophisticated. It could even be a PDF. I lost it all, man. So, look, an expensive lesson learned. But nonetheless, guys, at the end of the day, I know people think I'm lying about this because I'm so positive about it, but, you know, first of all, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit here and feel bad for myself? Or am I going to press on? And secondly, at the end of the day, guys, it's just money. It comes and goes. All right? It comes and goes. The things that matter in life are your relationship with God, your relationship with your family, your relationship with your friends. And for me, it's a pretty big setback. I'm not going to lie. But my actual life hasn't changed at all because that money was sitting in a wallet. I was waiting to do something with it in the future. Now it's gone. All right? So my life hasn't changed. Besides, my future plans have changed. My actual life is still the same. I'm out here gardening, homesteading, growing my own food. I'm out here trading, back to the hustle, back to the grind. What am I going to do? You got to just press on, man. That's all you can do. Do I know how it happened? I don't. Honestly, guys, I don't even care at this point. I don't care how it happened. I'm just going to be careful in the future. And it is what it is, right? Whitebit didn't have a chance to do anything. By the time Whitebit found out, it had already been taken off the exchange, converted to Monero. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sam Zip. Shout out to Age of Gnosis, no fluoride in his toothpaste. That's good, Age of Gnosis. No fluoride in my toothpaste either. Yeah, guys, so basically, look. I can't be mad about it. I know it sounds crazy. This is crazy. I'm less upset that I lost $700,000 than I am that I've lost like $30,000 in the past. And maybe the Lord is having grace on me. But look, I feel like I learned a lot from this. I learned a lot about security. I learned a lot that you have to keep your stuff on a cold wallet. How could I be mad when I made a mistake, right? How could I be mad when I made a mistake? And like I said in my video, I felt in myself that that money, I didn't have the right mindset about this money in the first place, guys. I think the Lord took it away from me for a purpose, okay? Like I said, I was putting a lot of faith in this money because I was planning on purchasing, after the bull run, apartment complexes to invest in to make basically passive income for the rest of my life. I was going to hire property managers, all this. I had big plans, right? And also in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I have all this money. I have $700,000. If YouTube goes away, if I can no longer trade, if something crazy happens, you know, with if the digital dollar comes or something, right? And I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing anymore. I'd be able to live for like, 15, 16 years off of that money. I have no electric bill. I have no water bill. I'm totally off grid. I have no debt. So I was putting my trust in this money, and I think the Lord had to smack me in the face, guys. Because I have an interesting past, right? I used to live in a vehicle. I used to be so broke that if somebody dropped $1, I would dive bomb on the ground to get that dollar. So I could go to Taco Bell for an 89-cent burrito. And the Lord in my life has blessed me so much. And He's taught me that. He actually even spoke to me. I know this sounds crazy. People don't believe it, whatever. The Lord spoke to me when I was at one of my lowest points. He told me, if you put me first in your life, you will always have everything you need. I will always provide for you. And I think with this money, I was putting my trust in that money. Instead of trusting God, who took me from nothing and gave me every blessing I have in my life right now. My family, my kids, my wife, my homestead, right? So, it is what it is, man. Now we move on. If the Lord wants me to make that money back, I will. If He doesn't, I won't. And either way, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right. Yes, thank you guys so much for 100,000 subscribers. It only costs $700,000 to earn the 100,000 subs. They say not to pay for subscribers, but hey, might be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's too bad people spend so much time and energy stealing from others. Here's the thing too, like, whoever stole it, God bless them. I pray the Lord blesses them. That's all I can do. I have no anger, no animosity, whether it be an individual or group of people. I just hope they don't use it for evil, right? The money was sent to a country that our government also loves to give lots of money to, so it makes me think it's kind of shady, especially since Vitalik Buterin and Mark Cuban's, they got hit too, and their money also went to a country that our government likes to send money to. But, you know. How did I lose 700K? I just went over it. Basically, guys, I was keeping money. I was stacking crypto on a hot wallet. Basically, for almost a year. I've been stacking it on a hot wallet. It was convenient to me. I had basically like a business wallet, a trading profit wallet. Don't tell my mother-in-law. I hope she's not watching this. I lost $37K that belonged to my mother-in-law. Jeez, I was trading for her. And, but don't worry, it's all good, because before I even invested her money, I guaranteed it on my own. I set aside the money. Long story, but she's, man. Guys, please use a cold wallet. Please be diligent about security. Please be diligent about security. Man. Can I give a short walkthrough in the Discord? I probably can. What helped me forgive so easily? You know what it is? I don't deserve a dang thing in my life. I don't deserve a dang thing. When I look back at my past, I didn't try in high school. I didn't go to college. I spent the first few early years of my 20s being a professional burnout. And the Lord had mercy and favor on me. And everything I have in my life, I feel like I don't even deserve it. I just don't. I don't deserve my wife. I don't deserve my kids. I don't deserve my house. But the Lord had so much favor and mercy on me. How could I be upset if I lost that kind of money? Most people won't even ever see that kind of money in their life. So I'm no better, or I'm no worse off now than everyone else that doesn't have an extra 700K chilling. You know what I'm saying? And also, here's the thing. I've had a strange relationship with money my whole life. I've had a strange relationship with money my whole life. I gotta be careful how I say this, right? I've always held money as understanding you need it to live, but I've always enjoyed, I can't say this really on YouTube. I've had a strange relationship with money. Let's just put it that way. You know, I don't hold it in very high esteem. I understand the importance of it, but it's not something that is like the be-all end-all for me, which is why I look at this as a good thing for myself personally, because as I said, I was starting to put more value in that money than I should have, right? If there's anything in your life that you put your trust in, and it can be very subtle. I didn't even realize this until after I lost it. If there's anything in your life that you put trust in, if it doesn't transcend you, then it will let you down. It will let you down. You know? Exactly. Exactly. Phil Quirk, money ain't real, can be made anytime. Don't let it dictate your greed. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. All right. Let's check out some other markets here. Make sure to smash up the like. We got 500 people in her, about 400 likes. Leverage has dropped from 75 to 25x. Well, that is true. Look at that. I'm lower leverage here, guys. That is for sure. But remember, leverage doesn't matter. I put the same number of contracts on this trade I would have put if I was on higher leverage, to be honest with you. It was an Exodus wallet, yo. So look, I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to keep anything on a hot wallet anymore. I'm not even going to use the same computer for any crypto stuff. New computer, new everything, guys. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to Amaru. Shout out to the Spaghetti Yeti. Shout out to William Buchan. Shout out to Kevin R. Daniel. All right. Yeah, I stored it on a hot wallet instead of cold wallet. I'm an absolute idiot too. Like, that's the thing. I'm an idiot. But guys, you know, Binance wrote an article about me, so at least I'm kind of famous now. You know, when Binance is writing articles about you, man, you know you made it. You know, hey Ma, I made it. I called my mom. I said, Mom, I finally made it. She's like, oh, what did you make a lot of money? I told her, nah, I lost a lot of money. But I have 100,000 subscribers and Binance wrote an article. She smacked me in the face, questioning what her son is doing in life. All right. Okay. I don't know how they hacked me, Randy. That's the thing. Like, I had to have clicked something. My computer must have been compromised, right? It was really the dumbest thing I ever did. And here's the thing, right? It subtly crept up on me too, because I would typically keep money in a hot wallet and then transfer it into cold storage, right? But it became more convenient to me to keep everything in a hot wallet. I had my business account in there. So like when people buy courses and stuff, when they pay in crypto, when people buy the Discord and they pay in crypto, then I can pay my people in crypto. You know, my Discord mods and all the people who work for me, I can pay them in crypto. I have it all in one wallet. I don't have to mess with the hot wallet, the cold wallet and all this. It's easy, right? And then when I was withdrawing my trading profits, you just let them stack, and then all of a sudden, you know, you've got tons of money in one spot, and I don't know what else to say about it, you know? It's my own fault. You lost 1,500 and you can't sleep for 2 weeks. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. What pastor and worship am I listening to these days? I'll be honest with you, the Yeti Spaghetti. I've been going through this long phase of listening to, there's a YouTube channel out there called Know Christ, and they live stream the New Testament 24/7. That's what all I've been listening to. New Testament 24/7 King James. That's what I've been listening to, man. I go on these kicks. All right, guys. Let's get into some actual trading here. Let's check out the S&P 500. Bitcoin actually looks like it's getting a little bit of a pump here. Let's check out the order flow before we move on here. Let's see what's happening on the 5-minute time frame. Nothing really to write home about. We had about 1 million shorts short the bottom, and they're still open. So people are actually holding their shorts at these lows. Maybe that'll initiate a little bit of a short squeeze. Who knows? We have very low volume, very low volatility on these weekends. Let's check out the ES. All right, the ES, guys. S&P 500. This is the ES mini futures chart. This is the short setup we were looking at last week in the VIP Discord to take the short trade from 45.60. If we got bearish divergence on the hour, the 24-minute, the 12-minute, basically, you know, we wanted to see the uneven butt cheek pattern here, right? Bearish divergences. 6 Juanita's best hot cheerleader friend hanging upside down with the uneven butt cheeks on these time frames right here. All right, the 1 hour, the 24, and the 12-minute. As we came up into the box, let's see here. Where was that box? Right here. As we came up into the box, guys, we got, this is the setup we gave on Monday. Monday, September 11th, this is what we had on the chart. We were looking for a short from this area. When we go to the 1 hour time frame, what do we see here? We see the bearish divergences across all these time frames. The 1 hour time frame, as the price is getting higher, look at this, momentum wave is getting lower. Our 24-minute time frame, what do we see? As the price is getting higher, we absolutely see the beautiful uneven butt cheek pattern here. Boom, right? Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And so let's talk about the S&P 500 now, because I think this is a nice looking kind of top. Obviously, it's a weekend, guys, so the futures does trade when traditional markets are closed at night, and it will open again tonight in about 6 hours, I think, right? So let's see what we got going on here. Notice this, guys. Right now on the S&P 500, we can see this. Okay, we can see this. Again, remember, the market is always on the hunt for liquidity, right? Because you have to think, when people are taking long trades, right? When people are longing, people are putting their stop losses underneath these previous lows. And so we have a low right here, we had a low right here, and now we're coming back down toward this area. Now look at this, we have a gap right here on the ES chart. And when this gap is filled, we're going to be coming down right into that area between the golden pocket and the 786. So the next area of support that we have here on the ES is going to be right around that 4470 level, right around here, right? This is where all the inner circle smart money concept traders are going to be looking for trades. All right, shout out to the YouTube algorithms who are listening for keywords, because that's all the rage in trading content nowadays. Anyone who says smart money, ICT, their videos are off the chain, baby. Billions of views, right? A beautiful area of confluence right here. What do we want to see? Well, there's a few things we got to keep in mind here, right? Let's go to the 4 hour. First of all, I would look at this entire thing as one range, right? One trading range, okay? And although there is a little bit of a confluence here, we can see that when we just look at the volume that's traded here, besides that golden pocket, there's really not too much, right? There's really not too much. So if we do get a bounce from here, in my opinion, we could even look for lower. We could get like a little bounce and then maybe even look for lower. For me right now, the best place that I could possibly see as far as like a juicy swing trade on this thing goes is actually going to be down here. It's actually going to be down here at around 4270. The reason why, guys, is because we also do, if we go to the daily time frame, look at this, all right? We've got ourselves a gap in the candles where we had that massive gap up back in June. You guys remember that? We were all waiting for the chickens to drink water from this level, and that never even happened, right? We opened the candle above it. Absolutely insane, right? So that leaves a gap on the chart, and not only is that a gap on the chart, but if we take a fib from the low to the high, it's also a Fibonacci golden pocket. And look at this, lots of liquidity to be taken from here and here. And in addition to that, guys, when we take a look at this structure right here, we can see very clearly what a lot of people probably see as a head and shoulders pattern, okay? Why is this important? This is important because a lot of traders trade the breakdown of head and shoulders patterns, right? People wait until the pattern breaks down before they enter their trade. And they put the stop loss like a little bit above here, and then they will actually target a technical target of the head and shoulders like this, right? They will target the technical target of the head and shoulders, and this will be their trade setup. Big mistake, big mistake. Why? Because again, the market is always trying to grab liquidity. If you are trying to buy a lot of Bitcoin, okay? Let's say you're trying to buy a lot of anything, right? Let's say you're trying to buy a whole bunch of, I don't know, like rare guitars that were made in the 1950s, right? You can't buy, even if you have all the money in the world, you can't buy all these guitars unless there's somebody out there who's selling a whole bunch of guitars, the ones you want, right? what these patterns do is it allows big money to have the opportunity to buy something that a whole bunch of people all of a sudden are really interested in selling. You know what I'm saying? Everyone gets real interested in selling when these patterns break down. So if you have big money and all of a sudden a whole bunch of people are selling, now you have the opportunity to buy. So a lot of times we see the fake out, and then we get the retracement, stop hunt, and then we get the move down, right? That's exactly what I feel is happening with Bitcoin right now, right? Everybody waited to trade the breakdown of the falling wedge, and now we're getting the move to the upside, right? That's why we were looking for the long trade in the good old Casper Crew VIP Discord from 24,925, you know? So this is a really nice area for me. And things look actually, to me, pretty bearish. Like I feel like we can come down a lot more on this, because we do see, as we came up to the top, the head of this head and shoulder, potential head and shoulder, we see the dreaded bald-headed Gary Gensler pattern on Market Cipher B. The price is getting higher. This is getting lower. We're now seeing the money flow get lower on Market Cipher B. So if we come down to this area, I'd say around 42.70. I would be looking at the lower time frames. I'd be looking at like the 4-hour time frame to start printing the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried man boot pattern. I'd want to see the money flow coming higher, the mammary glands getting higher as the price gets lower down to key support. And by the way, guys, I'm trading these markets on BingX. All right, I'm trading these markets on BingX. You can trade BingX with Tether as your collateral, as your margin. So if you don't want to make a traditional brokerage account, but you want to trade these markets and you're in crypto like me, BingX is the way to go. I'm trading crypto on MEXC, best deal on fees. BingX, honestly, great if you want to trade stocks, Forex with your crypto. I also trade on ZoomX. It's kind of sucky on fees. The good thing about ZoomX is I appreciate the way the price moves on the exchange. It's very similar to Bybit. And guys, by the way, don't sign up to an exchange unless you know what you're doing, right? If you want to learn, JasonCasperTrading.com. We got the courses out. White Phoenix just released his smart money approach to trading. This is probably the most comprehensive course I've ever seen in my life on trading. For the value, I really think it's a good deal. I know it's kind of pricey. He's already given a discount on it. If you're in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, he'll drop it down even more. If you want to join the Discord, guys, JasonCasperTrading.com, click the link to join Discord. We don't give signals, guys, but we do give stuff like this, where we tell you what we're looking for at a level. Then all you have to do is wait and see it. But we're not going to tell you long now with a stop loss here and a take profit there. Sometimes we actually do that, but technically that's not what we do. Technically, that's not what we do. We do live streams every single day. Our plans, if we happen to catch a trade live, we'll take it live. It's not guaranteed, right? It's an educational group. We have a whole beginner section in there. If you're new to trading, there's basically a mini course in the Discord that goes over everything that you need to get started and at least not lose money, not blow your account if you follow that info in there. But this is kind of how I'm looking at the S&P right now, overall. And of course, if we get another push to the upside, which is possible, because even though I'm leaning bearish on this, and I just explained why I'm leaning bearish on this, even though I'm leaning bearish on this, the thing is, if we get another push to the upside here, especially if we take out these highs, that would be an extremely, I mean, that could be a very easy and beautiful swing short, because here's the thing. If we get a failed swing high, if the chickens drink from here, if we can't close the daily candle above there, and this is happening and the money flow is getting lower, that's probably just a double top, you know. So, and here's another thing, guys. The dollar is looking pretty dang bullish, right? The dollar is looking bullish right now. We have to understand about the dollar. The dollar looks like we could get much more of a squeeze, and here's why. Remember, we're talking about liquidity? Well, look at this. Imagine everybody who's short from here stops, and then look at all this smooth move down right here. this volume gap right here, we could easily, boom, right? I mean, so easily. And we know that the dollar is inversely correlated to the stocks and the cryptos. So if the dollar's going to be pumping like a wild woman in distress, we should be expecting more of a pullback, or at least sideways on crypto and stocks, right? And you guys know my hypothesis if you've been following the channel. If you haven't been following the channel, make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Follow me on MySpace and Zenga. Shout out to the top of MySpace. I believe patterns repeat here, and if these white lines here are the Bitcoin halvings, perhaps, and you will notice that the dollar tends to, basically, once the halving happens, the dollar puts in one last big hurrah and then gets to move to the downside, right? Halving, the dollar gets one last big hurrah, drops to the downside, right? This one's a little different. The dollar got one last hurrah and then we went to the downside. Well, guess what? We have a halving coming up here. The dollar looks like it wants to make one last hurrah. And historically speaking, when the dollar gets that last hurrah, it kicks off the euphoric bull run on crypto. This is, once the dollar prints that bearish divergence, right? We're waiting for the dollar to do something like this with the money flow getting lower, okay? When you see the money flow printing a divergence and the momentum waves, that's a very bearish sign. And when we see this, this is when we can get the phone calls from our friends in high school. Hey Jason, man, I've been hearing about this Bitcoin stuff. You think I should buy? The dollar's gonna be getting a move down, Bitcoin's gonna be hitting high prices. You're gonna tell your friends, I've been trying to tell you to buy Bitcoin under 20K, but you didn't do it. And they're like, yeah, well, you know, I heard it was going to zero. And you're like, well, I tried to tell you. They're like, well, what about now? What about now? I read this thing. I saw on YouTube it could go to $1 million in the next few months, right? You're going to get those kind of conversations once we get this thing happening on the dollar. So that's kind of my overall outlook on Bitcoin, the S&P, the dollar. And you can trade the dollar index on BingX as well. I think the links are in the description. I don't know. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My mic is broken. Oh, dang. Huh. Wait. Sorry about that, guys.
All right. Let me try some other stuff. Dang it, man. This sucks. Sounds like the teacher from Peanuts. Oh, all right. Sorry, guys. Well, guys, I have a few kinks to work out with the technology here. All right, check. Hang on. Check. How's this, guys? Let me know. Check 1. Check 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check 1, check 2, check. All right, wow. Okay. You still heard those, says Patrick Mulligan. That's good. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much for liking the stream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. Yeah, you can hear the treadmill, but now I turned it off. So, cool. Thank you so much, guys, for the 100K subscribers. It really means a lot to me. It really does, guys. It really means a lot to me. I appreciate that so much. God bless you all. All right. So let's see if we have any questions up on her. You guys have any questions? Let me know. I'll see if we have any questions. I'll give them an answer. We got any questions up in her? Ask a question, ask away. Ask away. Do I think ETH is hitting 1450 or 1770? I'll be honest with you, Sam. I'm leaning more bearish on everything right now. But as I always say, is price going to pump or dump? It depends. When I lean bearish, I'm not like your average crypto guy on here where I have a strong bias. I tend to remain more neutral and I assess the situation in the moment, right? I assess the situation in the moment. I wasn't necessarily feeling bullish at this low. But I already told myself, if we come to the low, with these confirmations, I would take a long, right? So I just stuck to my plan. I took a long. Now that we've gotten the bounce, I say to myself, it's possible that we continue to squeeze up to 30K. And so I've TP1, stop loss to my entry, next TP at 29K. That's how I trade. So I lean more bearish. That doesn't mean I won't take a long trade if I see a setup, if you know what I mean. Any video on good risk management? Yeah, I made a bunch. All right. Actually, I am gonna release a video tonight, guys, in about 5 hours, 4 hours, and it's gonna go over some of the biggest mistakes you can make as a trader and how to avoid them. How did my wife and family react when I told them the news? Well, my wife was in her prayer closet. It's true, actually. That's another sign that God was behind everything that happened, right? My wife was in the prayer closet. I walked in and I said, hey. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, somebody stole 700,000. She's like, okay. And I said, well, I guess God didn't want me to have that. And she's like, I guess not. And that was it. My wife don't care. As long as she can do it, as long as she can fulfill her role, she teaches the kids, she runs the house. She don't worry about that stuff. That's on me. You know? That's on me. DCA or buy at the bottom? I'm gonna make a video about DCA as well. I was DCAing hard under 20K. In fact, I know this is going to seem crazy, guys, but somebody brought it to my attention the other day. Somebody brought to my attention the other day that, let's see. That I literally longed the exact bottom of Bitcoin, but I actually forget the name of the video. But I did. I longed 15.5K, man. But I like the DCA. As far as Bitcoin goes now, if we're going to keep dumping down, I have to reassess my strategy, guys. I wasn't planning to buy Bitcoin on spot unless we went under 20K again. I have to sit down back to the drawing board because I took a pretty big hit on my HODL Bitcoin, honestly. I lost 10 Bitcoin in this whole debacle. What is TPO on XO charts? I think I've made a video about it. I can. TPO is just time price opportunity. So this is a time price opportunity chart. And basically what you're seeing here, these are time profiles. You're used to volume profiles where it tells you how much Bitcoin exchanged hands at a certain price. Time profiles tell you how much time did Bitcoin spend at a certain price. So you'll notice here, when we get these fast drops down, the time profile is very small, very similar to a volume profile. And the reason why you want to use this is because just like volume gaps and high volume nodes, high time nodes and time gaps can be used as support and resistance. And also if you see a big discrepancy between the volume and the time, well, that actually can act as a really nice level of support and resistance for you. So here's a good example of that, right? Look at this. This day, Bitcoin spent most of its time down here, but spent most of its volume up here. And when we finally came back down to that high volume node, you can see, it might be hard for you to see, but we got a little bounce from it. It was actually a pretty nice bounce. In fact, I actually longed that bounce. It was a pretty nice bounce in the middle of a dump and actually made for a really good long scalp, right? So that's how you would use a TPO chart in general. And all these white lines here are basically showing you naked time points of control where Bitcoin spent the most time for a day at that price, but Bitcoin never came back to hit that price, right? So what does this tell us? It means we know that this white line up here, 28,550, a naked time point of control just above the August 29th high, which is going to keep our eyes open for a CDW, right? A liquidity grab into the naked time point of control, and that's where we get the rejection, right? So that's how you would use a TPO chart. For more information on this, guys, check out the courses, jasoncaspertrading.com. We have an entire course on footprint charts, market profile, and TPO. We got an intro course, and honestly, guys, White Phoenix's course, I mean, it's good. I'm going through it now. It's good stuff. Like, it's good. So, also, guys, we do live streams every single day in the Casper crew. We're going to be trying to do them after the summer. We're going to be trying to go back to 3 live streams every day, going over all this kind of stuff. Reached 100 push-ups in 30 days. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've never done it in 30 days. You need butt cheeks on all time frames or just one? So, Dennis, the more time frames you see those butt cheeks, the better. All right. Shout out to Crypto Coons. Shout out to Big Butts 28. Big Butts is an amazing woman. She puts up with our man JC. Much love to Big Butts. You know, Big Butts, I have to give it to her, all right? I plucked her out of an Ivy League school. I didn't even have a job. She was going to Columbia University. Big city girl. Here I am, no job. And somehow she married me. And, yeah, shout out to Big Butts 28. The $700,000 challenge. You know what? I'm not even going to do that challenge, man. I'm just going to do what I've been doing. I don't have any goals. I'm just going to do what I've been doing. The last thing I need is to put some kind of pressure on me to make that money back as fast as possible. I'm just going to do what I do. You know? We're just going to do what I do. How old is Jason? Jason is 33. He just turned 33. He just turned 33. I'm sure I don't need a ride. Yeah, I'm walking home, man. I'm walking home right now because Big Butts dropped me off the side of the road. Did Papa Casper slap me? Nah, Papa Casper, when he found out, he called me. He was like, you know what's so funny? Everyone, when they found out, they called me. They tried to, like, console me. They're like, how are you? I'm like, I'm okay. Like, you know. They're like, no, really, it's okay. Everything's okay. Like, don't worry. I'm like, look, I'm all right. Like, it's okay. They're like, no, really, everything's going to be okay. Like, please, just don't worry about it. You know, it is. They're trying to calm me down. I'm like, look, I'm not upset. Like, obviously it sucks, but you don't got to calm me down. How long have I been working out? I have been lifting weights on and off since I was about 15 years old, all right? I really was a morbidly obese child and early teen. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was actually bullied for my weight in school. And that gave me the fire to work out and pursue health and fitness. And it's ironic now because all those people who made fun of me for being fat, now they just got normal old fat dad bods. And here I am, jacked, strong, healthy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the bullies. I hate how they're trying to get rid of bullying. Bullying highlights some truth, man. You got to deal with that truth. Are you fat and unhealthy? You can't run a quarter mile in gym class? You weigh 175 at 5'1"? Well, you should probably fix that, otherwise you'll get some bad health issues, man. Shout out to Dave Digital. 33 for Jubilee, 700K. I know, right? I know. I don't know the significance of these things, but those things are significant. How many eggs do I eat a day? It varies. Anywhere between 4 and 20. It depends on what else we got around the house. When I take profit at a trade, it's usually at a level. It's usually at a level, right? So if I'm long, I'm usually taking profits at a place where I'm interested in a short, and vice versa. I'm still 5'1". Nah, I grew a little bit. I'm like 6'2". How to execute trades? Well, Javed butt, just stick around, man. You'll learn all that stuff. Do I use fib time? I don't typically use it, but I know people who do. There's like traders in the group who do, and I take it seriously. I just don't typically use it in my own analysis. Shout out to Serge in the gym right now. Haven't had a day off the gym in 6 weeks. Can I tell you how to execute trades? Yeah, man. Shout out to Blue Green. Ever since watching my vids, been getting Depends ads nonstop. That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Do I think Bitcoin is kosher? What do you mean? I don't think it wouldn't surprise me if all of crypto was some kind of intelligence operation just to onboard people into the idea of digital currency, getting people used to the idea that you can make a lot of money in digital currency, and then onboarding. It's been pretty good too how they've done it. They started with the anarcho-capitalists, getting all the libertarians super on board with crypto, and during the last bull market, you kind of saw TradFi getting involved with crypto, and now your average person is wanting more crypto regulation. Like, I can't tell you how many people commented on my video, "This is why we need regulation." I'd rather be negative 700K than have the government in control of my money, guys. It's my own lack of due diligence. It's my own freedom that lost me that money. I'm free. I should be free to make that dumb mistake. And if people are free to get burned, they're going to be free to learn from their mistakes, right? And I can sit here now on the end of the person I got screwed and still say, I would rather we keep everything decentralized, keep the government, keep the regulators out. But unfortunately, I think crypto's heading in a place where more regulation, more control, eventually it will be used to control everybody. But in the meantime, I look at it as a means to accumulate tangible assets. Look, I just got screwed bad. So, it doesn't change my outlook on it. Doesn't change my outlook on it. Do I think the next bull run will be as crazy as the last one? No, I don't. I don't. Especially if this ETF goes live, I think they'll be able to cap the price. Sorry, I got itchy mouth here. I think they'll be able to cap the price the way they do with gold and silver. They'll be able to artificially keep Bitcoin and stuff down. I think we have one more big bull run. I think we can hit another all-time high in the next few years. That's what I think. Yeah, I agree, Bubba OJ. Like, I don't know if what you're saying is true, but I in my gut, I feel like that's true, man. In my gut, I feel like it's true. Where am I trading at now? I'm trading on MEXC, ZoomX, and also BingX. BingX, I'm trading now Forex stocks on BingX using tether margin. Just reach out to stake, you'll have it in 1 month. LOL. Thoughts on Caspa? I don't really have any thoughts on Caspa, I'll be honest. Do I eat oats? You know, Dennis, I used to eat a lot of oats. I've kind of moved away from eating a lot of grains lately. So, I have nothing against oats, especially if you soak them. You gotta soak like all your grains, you gotta soak all your legumes, get all those phytic acids out, stuff. But yeah, I have nothing against those. I don't eat a lot anymore. Honestly, like, the majority of my diet lately has been eggs, meat, raw dairy, and fruit and vegetables. And if I'm gonna have a grain, it'll be like quinoa, or millet or something, or buckwheat. It's my favorite style of eggs. Over easy, baby. Over easy, fried up in some raw butter. Not FDA approved raw butter for dogs and cats only. Warning, this product is unpasteurized and may cause bacterial illness. In the pan, fry it up with some fresh eggs straight from the homestead. Gross eggs, probably lots of bacteria on them too. And I just fry them up, man. Flip them over, fry them up. The egg nice and the yolk nice and jammy. You know what I'm saying? How many likes we got now? We got 665. We have 500 views, 500 viewers. So now we got 666. I told you guys though, please don't bot my channel, man. Please don't do it. YouTube hates the bot. So if someone got a like bot to get us over 1,000 likes, please don't do that. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We'll get a giveaway eventually. I know we will. I know we will. Shout out to Lane Hughes. Shout out to Lane Hughes. Shout out to Cozy Babe. My college crush really rejected me. She wasn't a college crush. She was a high school crush. She was a high school crush. Yeah, she rejected me, man. 6 Juanita. She rejected me. We still got a short planned. Yeah, so basically for Bitcoin, look, if we, yeah, I would short, if we take these highs, I'm going to start looking for shorts upon the taking of these highs. Specifically between 29 and 30K, I'll be looking to add to the short that I am currently in from 31,750. But here's the thing, if I don't see bearish signs up here, I'm not going to take profit on the long, and I'm not going to add to the short, you know? It's a wait and see for me. But right now, I feel like the probabilities are, if we get that pump up, that 29 to 30K is major resistance. What's the best and cheap meal for getting protein? I don't know. I don't know. I don't buy eggs, so I eat eggs. For me, that's cheap. You know? I got 30 chickens. I don't know. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, it's been over an hour. I'm going to head out. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Seriously, God bless you all. Thank you to everybody who reached out to me with your condolences, with your encouragement, with your prayers. Thank you to all the trolls who called me a liar saying I didn't lose the money. Thank you to everybody who called me an idiot. I can't say you're wrong. I can't say you're wrong. Like I said, bullying sometimes puts that fire under your butt to do what you got to do to make the change. All right? And peace, guys. May the Lord bless you. May he protect you. May he shine light upon you. May he have grace upon you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you wholeness. Amen. Peace.